So Rocksteady is located in Millerton, New York, and we are on Schaghticoke Nation, First Nations land, also Mohican people land. Those were the folks that stewarded this land and took care of it before it was colonized and stolen. And we do have the pleasure to be in relationship with some of the Schaghticoke Nation people. We're in what's known as the Hudson Valley. We're 2 hours north of New York City, and we're finishing up our 6th season.
We are a queer-owned and operated vegetable farm focused on food access, farmer training, and just community engagement.
And we founded the farm in late 2015. 2016 was our first season. And we leased 12 acres, and we're growing, cultivating on about 8 acres almost every season. When we started Rocksteady in our first season in 2016, we had about 100-member CSA that was all local. We were doing a lot of wholesale, and fast forward to 2021, we have a 500-member CSA with a lot less wholesale, and most of those CSA members are in New York City.
And about half of the CSA members are lower income, and that's made possible through our sliding scale, as well as direct partnerships with community organizations for fully subsidized shares, in addition to the sliding scale. And we're a team of 10 total. One person is part-time. Our annual budget is around $550,000. So we've always been a worker-owned, farm worker-owned, specifically cooperative. So we started out with 3 owners, equal shares, equal vote, and we are transitioning. We've been 2 owners and now transitioning to 5 owners. So we're kind of like in a transition moment at this point. But the goal being that there's always a core team that are considered owners no matter what their role is on the farm. So because you're an owner doesn't mean you necessarily make all the decisions. You can be an owner as a driver for the farm, or like, greenhouse manager. And I think there's not that many incentives to becoming an owner of a really high-risk business. And with climate change and so much unknown about what the future looks like, it's a risk, and not everyone wants to take that risk. So that's been a big struggle of ours, to find the people who are willing to do that and join, even though they know that it's financially not the most smart thing to do. But part of that is also on us as business owners, is to create a financial model that is healthier, so that we can make it more of a reasonable ask to, join us. Yes, we're like actually making better wages this year. Our business is more stable. We're pricing our food higher because we have this model. We know we're more expensive CSA than some other ones out there. But we try to be really transparent with our customers, so they know that we're paying our farmers, more than the average farmer in our area, and we are still striving to pay them more, and that is so important to us. So there's a lot of education that we have to do to our customers to justify the higher prices, which then justify the model.
In the spirit of just cultivating a really uplifting and healthy work space, we have more and more put time and energy into building communication skills and really trying to center how we relate to each other, facilitated sessions around how do we want to show up in the space, how are we committing to honoring each other, really just acknowledging that farming is so hard, baseline, and then when there's all these other elements of life that can play and be hard and like make work harder, and then just all these other factors of like for us personally as queer folks, as trans folks, as non-binary, as folks of color, you know, there's like can be a whole stew of things, like especially as it pertains to agriculture, that can just be really hard. And so, you know, one thing that like in the process too, whether being a staff person or someone who's going to be an owner, is just like really inviting everybody to a commitment to like engage in like creating something that is like feels different from either other farms or just other workplaces, really.
And I think so many farms are used to this model where the owners stay there all the time forever, and then it's a rotational crew of young people who don't need to get paid a lot, or they're, you know, on visas. You know, there's just this acceptance that like, as long as we're okay and on top, that's the most important thing, you know? And I think there's a lot that we're trying to do, which is just pushing a model that's a little different, and trying to share that with other people, and share the benefits that has on the actual health of the business. If you don't have so much turnover, you know, your team just is healthier and things get done better, and it's less stressful on the managers.
Everybody just enjoys themselves too. Really, like why can't you like really enjoy what you do? Like and like we have worked our asses off, and our team works incredibly hard as well and works their asses off, but it's like there's such an invocation of joy, you know, and like spirit here, like in our work days, and like just even like being on a tractor and over the din of the tractor, like hearing laughter, you know, or like the team singing in the field, like it's just like it's really special. It's really special.